Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, shall we watch the fantastic Yvette Cooper Really Dismantle our newly appointed, reappointed Suella Braverman? Well, it was an urgent question of our Shadow Home Secretary and Labour MP for Normanton, Pontefract and Castleford, and I have to say, when Yvette Cooper gets on her own, she is kind of hard to stop, isn't she?
Yvette Cooper!
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. To ask a question to the Home Secretary about her resignation and reappointment.
Gone away.
Minister!
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I was disappointed in leaving my last department last night that I'd no longer be seeing the Right Honourable Lady across the dispatch box. I'm so glad she's put that right for me today. She's got a good memory, and as I know she'll recall from last week, that my honourable friend, the member for Bassett Law, said in responding to the question tabled by the Right Honourable Lady, the questions relating to breaches of the Ministerial Code or related issues are a matter for the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Office, not the Home Office, which is why I'm here, Mr Speaker, answering the question today and not the Home Secretary. Mr Speaker, my honourable friend, the member for Bassett Law, set out the circumstances regarding the departure of the Home Secretary last week. The Home Secretary made an error of judgment. She recognised her mistake. She took responsibility for her actions. The Ministerial Code allows for a range of sanctions where mistakes have been made. The Home Secretary recognised her mistake, raised the matter and stepped down. Her resignation was accepted by the then Prime Minister. Mr Speaker, the Right Honourable Lady will be aware ministerial appointments are a matter solely for the Prime Minister as the Sovereign's principal adviser on the appointment, dismissal and acceptance of resignations of ministers. The Prime Minister was very clear in his speech to the nation yesterday that this government will have integrity, professionalism and accountability at every level. He has said he will work day in, day out to earn the trust of the country and to live up to the demands and expectations the public rightly have of their Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister expects all ministers to uphold the values and standards set by the Ministerial Code, as the public would rightly expect. As I set out, the Home Secretary made an error of judgment. She recognised her mistake. She took accountability for her actions in stepping down. After consideration, the PM has decided, given the apology issued by the Home Secretary, to reappoint her to the government. They are now focused together on working to make our streets safer and to control our borders. But while we should learn from mistakes, we should also look to the future. The Prime Minister has appointed a team of ministers to lead this country through the issues the country faces. All ministers are bound by the Ministerial Code, and the Prime Minister expects his ministers to uphold the code and hold the highest standards. As I've noted, the Ministerial Code allows for a range of sanctions of breaches, and on the recommendation of the Committee on Standards in Public Life, the Code was updated in May to make this clear. On an ongoing basis, we will need every minister, through our actions and in how we conduct ourselves, to demonstrate that we can continue to command this Prime Minister's confidence as we tackle the huge challenges of the country to come.
Yvette Cooper!
What you like.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My questions are about security breaches and the protection of our national security. They are questions to the Home Secretary, who was here just 5 minutes ago and who left. Yesterday, the Prime Minister promised integrity, professionalism and accountability, yet they've discarded the Ministerial Code, reappointed someone who breached core professional standards and has now run away from basic accountability to this House. It is the same old Tory chaos and it is letting the country down. So I have questions for the Home Secretary that the government needs to answer. The Home Secretary accepted she sent an official document via her personal email to someone who was not authorised to see it. Is this the only time she has done this? Or has she shared other documents or other sensitive information? The Home Secretary is responsible for national security. So, has the Home Office, Cabinet Office or Security Service now undertaken an investigation into her security breaches to see how many others there have been? And can I urge him to make sure that happens urgently? What security clearance has the Home Secretary been given? Does she still have access to the most sensitive documents and information? And did the Cabinet Secretary warn against her reappointment? She has been Home Attorney General. She's been a minister on and off for 4 years, so she knows the rules about government documents, yet she sent one to her own private email to someone outside the government and also copied it by accident to someone else entirely. How is anyone supposed to believe she is such a novice that she didn't know exactly what she was doing? And if she really is that much of a novice, why on earth are the rest of us supposed to trust her with our national security? And it's been reported that she sent this as an error of judgment because she was tired after going on an early morning raid. Well, is the Home Office supposed to just block her phone and her emails if she's been up half the night because she might do stupid things while she is tired? And there are suggestions that the Home Secretary was, while she was Attorney General, was investigated for a leak of information relating to the security service. Is that true? The Home Office, the Minister is a former policing minister. Does he think that if police officers breached their code of ethics and were sacked or forced to resign, they should then be reappointed to their jobs 6 days later because they said sorry? Or is it just one rule for the Cabinet and another for everyone else? Everyone knows this was a grubby deal to get a coronation to put party before country, but national security is too important for this.
Now that was Conservative MP for Horsham's, Jeremy Quinn, soiling himself and defending the indefensible. But yeah, Yvette Cooper was spot on about two things that I thought of. Firstly, this was basically a grubby deal made by Rishi Sunak, just to guarantee his goal of becoming Prime Minister, because I think we knew she was going to back Boris Johnson, he would have had no chance with the members. Secondly, but I thought more powerful when she said if police officers were sacked for breaking their code of ethics and were reinstated 6 days later because they said sorry and realised the error of their ways, would the Cabinet be happy with that? Or is it just one rule for the Cabinet or another for everyone else? Sounds reason, doesn't it? But anyway, what do you guys think? Leave your comments below. And till the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.